good, my folks. Today, I'm going to dispel another black myth that's long overdue to be unpacked. And that myth is the Hamite concept. If you've ever dealt in any religious philosophy or debates, then you know the pseudo-Afrocentrics love to use Ham to blackwash biblical character. The problem is that Ham being used to mean black or describe black people is misinformation. Ham is the grandson of the biblical character and patriarch named Noah, and his name in Hebrew means hot or warm. So by the 19th century, biblical folklore had given rise to all kinds of ideas surrounding the ideology of Ham's name. Eurocentrics and racists had developed the interpretation that Ham was cursed with black skin, in which they used to justify enslaving Africans. But this idea was later rejected by modern biblical scholars because the Bible never said Ham was cursed. Canaan was the tribe that was actually cursed. So what the pseudo community does is try to use biblical characters to represent the different racial classifications. Like Japhet is the white race, Ham is the black race, and I guess Shem is the Asiatic race. But according to the Bible, Shem was blessed, and Japhet and Canaan would be subjugated under Shem's tent. Okay, so by their logic, the black and white races should be ruled over by Asiatics. And none of that is realistic because Hamites are not exclusively African, but they correlate to the tribes in North Africa and Arabia that the Bible attributes to them. The pseudos will even go so far as to use Cush from Genesis to refer to black people. Now, the truth is, Cush in modern Hebrew does translate to the word black, but this only happened because when the Septuagint was written in the 3rd century BC, the Greeks knew about the kingdom of Cush below Egypt, which is completely unrelated to the Cush mentioned in Genesis 10. This is mainly due to the ignorance of most people who don't know about the land of Kish. Kish and Cush, when translated into a language without vowels, is the same word. Just like Georgia in America and Georgia in Europe is pronounced the same, but it has no relation. Now, when the Septuagint was put into English, the word for Cush in every passage became Ethiopian. So now when people read the Bible and see Ethiopian in conjunction with Cushite, they can't distinguish the two. So you have to be extra careful and specific about which Cush the Bible is mentioning. And the problem is that using Ham to identify with dark skin is a racist ideology. I mean, it's completely absurd to use the same bias and offensive racial stereotypes to build a pro-black doctrine and try to educate black people with it, especially when it's all misinterpretation. Cello the Great.